so it goes. Some things are meant to be. So take my hand, take my whole life too. For I can't help falling in love with you. Like a river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my whole life too, for I can't help falling in love with you. For I can't help falling in love with you.
Okay, so before we begin, I want to start off with a public announcement. There's a very high pollen count out today. So if my eyes get watery or I have trouble speaking, just know it's allergies. You can ask, if you look at here, I don't have feelings, I'm incapable. So typically weddings start with dearly beloved. Something about that didn't feel right. So I'll start with welcome, friends, family, loved ones, and those distant relatives and weird friends that the parents insisted be invited. You know who you are. If you don't, it's probably you. But seriously, the fact that they've invited more than just close friends and family is a testament to the love we're about to witness here today. When love is this intense and pure, you want to shout it from the rooftops and celebrate it with everyone, not just close family. This is not a couple who just finished a romance lasting 6 months and culminating in a marriage. These two met when they were toddlers. They grew up together. They became best friends. You've heard of high school sweethearts. This is preschool. They know more about each other from growing up together than most couples learn from 50 years of marriage. So, before we begin, I'm legally required to ask if anyone here can show just cause as to why these two should not be joined in unholy matrimony. Speak now, or forever hold your peace. Alright, well maybe just cause is too strong of a term. Any reasonable word, anything at all. Does he clip his toenails in bed? Does he wear tube socks with sandals? Alright, I guess if you're all good with this, I'm good too. So here's a point in the marriage where I tell you a little bit about, here's a point in the ceremony where I tell you a little bit about marriage, what to expect, and give you some sage advice. So let's start with an adaptation of a Neil Gaiman reading. I think it beautifully sums up what is love.
This is everything I have to tell you about love.
Nothing. This is everything I've learned about marriage.
Nothing. Only that the world out there is complicated.
And there are beasts in the night and delight in pain.
And the only thing that makes it okay sometimes
Is to reach out a hand in the darkness and find another hand to squeeze.
and not to be alone.
It's not the kisses, it's what they mean.
Somebody's got your back
Somebody knows your worst self.
and doesn't want to run away.
It's not two halves becoming one,
It's the light from a distant lighthouse bringing you both safely home.
because home is wherever you are both together.
So this is everything I have to tell you about love and marriage.
Nothing. Like a book without pages or a forest without trees.
Because there are things you cannot know before you experience them.
Because no study the joys or the trials.
Because nobody else's love, nobody else's marriage is like yours.
And it's a road you can only learn by walking it.
A dance you cannot be taught.
A song that did not exist before you began to sing together.
And because in the darkness you will reach out a hand,
Not knowing if for certain if someone is even there.
and your hands will meet,
And then neither of you will need to be alone again.
and that is all I know about love.
Thank you, Nancy. So what is marriage? Marriage is a lot of things to a lot of people. And I'm not here to tell you what marriage is, nor am I qualified to. Like Neil Gaiman says, it's a blank page for you two to write together. Whatever marriage is to you, know that it's a tradition around the world, celebrated by all people of all cultures. Some do it for religion, some for tradition, some for the tax purposes. It's a tradition, yes, but traditions evolve over time. And we keep the essence of those traditions alive in their new forms. So nowadays, marriage isn't what it used to be when Ralph Cramden promised to knock his loving wife Alice to the moon every night in the 50s. Stephen, you're not allowed to do that. No hitting at all. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but neither of you, Sabrina. I'm about you. Nobody's allowed to knock anybody straight to the moon. No matter how bad things get. That's the key phrase right there, no matter how bad things get. Back in the days, you didn't have options. You were stuck with where you were. Nowadays, marriage is the difference between walking away and staying together. When you're dating, things get bad. It's really easy to just change your Netflix password and walk away. Get out of town. We get married as a way to say to each other that even if Sabrina eats the last raspberry-filled powdered donut, or Stephen watches an episode of Vampire Diaries without you, you're not going to leave. Well, you're going to be pissed. That's for sure. And the other one's going to hear about it. But you're not going anywhere. You're going to stick it out. The key is communication. One of the most important aspects of a marriage is communication. When your partner ticks you off, you let them know. And when they tell you about it, learn. Don't do it again. Pay attention to the little things. We all have our pet peeves. We all get mad at the stupidest little things. It's our partner's job to figure out what those things are and help us cope when it doesn't go our way. Now, I'd like to give you a couple pieces of advice for a long marriage. If something bothers you, fix it. If you see socks on the floor, there are only two options. Look the other way or pick them up. No third option, period. Dirty dishes in the sink bothering you? Wash them. Car's a mess? Clean it. It's a tricky line to walk between keeping your partner happy and having your partner keep you happy. Sometimes you have to do the work. And the more you're willing to do the work, the more your partner is going to be willing to do the work. That brings me to my next piece of advice. This particular piece of advice is often given to new parents, but I think it works equally well in marriage. Pick your battle. If you try and win every argument, you're going to lose overall. Sometimes it's best just to nod your head and move on. This will help you out in two ways. First, it keeps your partner happy. It shows them that you respect them and their opinions. Second, when you do decide to stand your ground, it'll mean something to your partner. And they'll know how important your stance is, and hopefully, they won't pick that battle. Every partnership consists of a gardener and the flower. Figuring out who in the relationship is the gardener and who is the flower will go a long way towards continued happiness. Just remember, even the gardener needs to be watered sometimes. Time works differently after marriage. When you're dating and engaged and he says, I'll be home in 10 minutes, in 15 minutes, he'll probably be home in 10. After you're married, when he says, I'll be home in an hour, don't be surprised when he walks in the door 3 hours later. Time moves differently. And last, if your partner says, what? Change your sentence. It's not that they didn't hear you. It's that they didn't like like what they heard, so change what you just said. And now the bride and groom will exchange some vows.
I love your stupid face and vow that I will put up with whatever you can throw at me. If you think you can put up with my mess, I vow to love you even when you're old and still playing Xbox. I promise to take you in sickness and in health, regardless of the dangerous stuff I put you through. I promise not to force you to watch a Vampire Academy marathon. I will be your best friend. I will listen to you, not just nod and say uh-huh while looking at my phone. I will put your needs before my own and share in your dreams and work to fulfill them. I will be there for you when nobody else will. I will share in your pain and seek to protect you from it and ease you of it. And one last thing to tell you, I am totally worth it.
I vow to open jars for you. We pretend to eat easily. Even though we both know it was my manly muscles that opened them. I promise to unlock the drink, even though you're the only one of us who has long hair. I promise to love you through IKEA, be it while lost in the aisles or assembling the furniture. I vow to protect you from spiders as long as we both shall live. I vow not to carry on watching the Netflix series we started together without you, or at least pretend it's the first time I've watched it when you've watched it again. Seriously though, you were there for me when nobody else was. You were my best friend. When I'm with you, everything just works. I promise to share in your hardships and toil so that we may grow together. And last, you will never need to put my needs before yours as your needs are mine.
So now we get to the official part. So, Sabrina, do you take Stephen to be your lawfully wedded husband from this day forward, to have and to hold, in good times and in bad, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health? Will you love, honor, and cherish him for as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Stephen, do you take Sabrina to be your lawfully wedded wife from this day forward, to have and to hold, in good times and in bad, for richer or for poorer, in sickness and in health? Will you love, honor, and obey her for as long as you both shall live? All right, time to put a ring on it. Stephen, as you place the ring on Sabrina's hand, repeat after me. Sabrina, I give you this ring as a symbol that I will love you.
Sabrina, I give you this ring as a symbol that I will love you.
Honor you and cherish you.
Honor you and cherish you.
And that I'll occasionally put down the Xbox controller and spend some time with you.
And that I'll occasionally put down the Xbox.
Sabrina, as you place this ring on Stephen's hand, repeat after me. Stephen, I give you this ring as a symbol that I will love you.
Stephen, I give you this ring as a symbol that I will love you.
Honor you and cherish you.
Honor you and cherish you.
And try not to nag you about spending too much time on the Xbox.
And try not to nag you about spending too much time on the Xbox.
And I may even clean up our room once in a while. We went too far. We went too far. All right. So after that touching exchange, there's only one thing left for me to do, and that is my part of the ceremony. By the power vested in me, by the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, I now pronounce you wife and husband. Sabrina, you may kiss for the groom.